Why buy cruise line stocks, and is this a good investment if you're a cruiser? Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website and blog Life Well Cruised, where we help thousands of cruisers a month get ready for their cruise with our cruise travel tips. Now today what I'm going to be going over is everything that you might want to know about cruise line stocks, how that works, and what the benefits might be to you, and as well if this is a good time to invest. Now, before I get started, I did want to mention that if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me to grow my channel, and I appreciate that. And as well, consider subscribing to the channel with your notifications on so you don't miss any videos that are uploaded every week. Now, let's get started on that information. So as we all know, since the start of the pause in cruising, and even a little bit before, we have just seen massive drops in the cruise line stocks. And if you've been thinking about investing in cruise line stocks, you're not alone. In my Facebook group and amongst the Facebook groups, many of them that I see on Facebook, I can see that people are really talking about this and wondering if this is something to do now and how exactly that works. Now, I should mention, this is not meant to be financial advice, so you do need to do your own due diligence and maybe talk to your financial planner or do some additional research just to see if this is an investment for you. But what I will do is give you some information that can be helpful. So I'll be going through the three main stocks that you can buy, the benefits to cruisers, so meaning the shareholder benefits, how that works, how many shares you need to buy, as well as a little bit of the fine print and some things that you need to know. So the three cruise line stocks are Carnival Corporation, Royal Caribbean Cruises Ltd, and Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings. Now, if you own Carnival stocks, it actually includes 8 different brands. So it includes Carnival, of course, Princess, Holland America, Cunard, Costa, Seabourn, Ada, and P&O. If you own Royal Caribbean stocks, it includes Royal Caribbean, it includes Celebrity and Azamara. However, it does not include Celebrity Expedition Sailings, which are Galapagos. And if you own Norwegian Cruise Line stock or Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings, then that includes Norwegian as well as Regent Seven Seas and Oceania. So as a shareholder, you are going to be able to have shareholder benefits. And these benefits are basically onboard credits when you sail with your favorite cruise line. Now, to be able to get these benefits, just something to mention is that you do have to own 100 shares of these companies. However, each cruise line stock is a little bit different, so I'm going to be going through those three now. So if you have Carnival stock, the way it works is that if you're doing a cruise that is 6 nights or less, you are going to be getting $50 onboard credit. If you are sailing on a cruise that is 7 to 13 nights, then you're going to be getting $100 onboard credit. And if you are doing a cruise that is 14 nights and more, you are going to be getting a $250 US dollar onboard credit for your cruise. Now, the US dollar is used for those cruise lines that are part of the North American brand. So if you're sailing on one of the cruises that are part of the UK brands or the Australia brands, then the cruise line will actually be giving you an onboard credit in the currency that is used on board. If you own Royal Caribbean, if your cruise is 5 nights or less, then you'll have a $50 onboard credit. If your cruise is 6 to 9 nights, you'll have a $100 onboard credit. If your cruise is 10 to 13 nights, you will have a $200 onboard credit. And if your cruise is 14 nights or more, then you will have a $250 onboard credit. If you own Norwegian stock, if you have a cruise that's 6 nights or less, you will have $50 onboard credit. 7 to 14 days is going to be $100 onboard credit. And 15 days and more is going to be $250. So here are some things that you should know. First of all, you can only benefit from having one of these shareholder benefits per cabin. So if you do have 2 people that both have 100 shares, you won't be able to get 2 times the onboard credit. To do that, if you do have more than 1 cabin booked, consider having the passengers separated into the different bookings so that you can take advantage of this if you like. As well, there is some fine print. So for instance, if you're on a chartered sailing, if you have a travel agent price, if you perhaps are on a group cruise and you are the tour conductor, in other words, you're getting a group cruise together and you're perhaps sailing free, you wouldn't be able to use this shareholder benefit at that time. So there's a whole bunch of fine print. So you do want to look actually at the fine print before you buy this or before you do book your cruise. But in a lot of cases, you would actually get this shareholder benefit. But I did want to mention to do check that fine print. If you're wondering how to redeem these shareholder benefits, it's actually quite easy. On the cruise line website, you will find the form that you need to fill out. And basically, you'll fill out the form and you just need to provide proof of ownership, which is usually a brokerage statement or something like that. And then you'll be able to have the onboard credit. It does stipulate usually that you do need to give them, if I'm not mistaken, about 3 weeks notice, but do check on that. So is this a good investment for us as cruisers at this time? Now, there's no question that this is definitely a risky time to be buying cruise line stocks. As my financial advisor / friend warned me about 10 days ago, he said there are other stocks that may be in less precarious positions that might be better investments. However, as a cruiser, personally, I really like the idea of owning these stocks because I think that I'll be able to use them. However, we have to be realistic, and this is the situation. We do know that cruise lines are not going to be sailing for at least the next couple of months, if not few months, and their expenses are very high and they just don't have revenue coming in. And this is obviously not very good. This is very bad. But we also know that cruise lines have secured funds and really are looking at worst case scenarios, securing funds into the next several months, even longer term than that. Now, something to remember is that if you do have the shareholder benefit, that you could use this for more than one cruise during the year. So if you think that you are going to be going on 1, 2, or more cruises, then this will likely really work out well for you in terms of having that onboard credit. So what do you think? Do you own cruise line stock, or are you thinking of buying any cruise line stock? Do you think it's a good investment at this time? Please let me know in the comments below. Now, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And of course, please consider subscribing to the channel Life Well Cruised. Now, I am on Facebook and I am on Instagram, and I'd love to connect with you there. Thanks for watching.